What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Cherish. You're back again in another video. And today we're going to talk about the Lakers offseason, what I think should happen, in a more reasonable mood. I probably have some more pie in the sky predictions, which, we all going to have. But we're going to see what we can. So we got some decisions to make. As the Lakers, they got to pick up the team options of Malik Beasley and Mo Bamba. Malik Beasley contract is 1 year, 15. They can go to like 16 mil. Mo Bamba is not guaranteed yet, and his contract is around like 10 mil. And if we do retain those guys, we lose out on the MLE and potential like spending power in free agency this year. Now, if both those guys don't return, basically like we just let them go, we have the full taxpayer MLE. So yeah, I just want to make that clear before we start diving into the options that the Lakers could possibly sign. We're gonna start with the biannual exceptions. That's could be like the deal around like 3 to almost 4 mil a year. So for my first candidate, I have Javon Carter. Javon Carter, he's a small point guard, like what, 6', 6'2", around that area. A great POA defender. His last team was the Milwaukee Bucks. He shot the three pretty well. He shot the pull-up three pretty well, but at times, that pull-up three, he was too confident in the shot and we were breaking badly. But he's definitely a guard you need to target in free agency if you're looking to bolster your POA defense. And speaking POA defense, let's talk about Matisse Thybulle. Matisse Thybulle is a very interesting case because folks thought he was one of the best defenders in the NBA. For some thought he was overrated on the end because of how he gambles too much on the end. But in my opinion, I think he's still one of the best. Doc Rivers wrongfully just took him out the lineup. That was bad. They obviously needed his presence. And then when he did get the time, he showed why he deserved minutes. They traded him to the Blazers. He looked very good. He picked up where he left off the year prior. He looked pretty good to close out the season. Now, Matisse Thybulle, I believe he probably going to re-sign with the Blazers since he have confidence in Chauncey Billups and the crew. But that's definitely somebody I would target with the biannual exception for sure, because he's and plus you need somebody that can gamble and get off screens, because Vanderbilt, yeah, he can do it, but his screen navigation can get tricky at times. Sometimes he just fall and slip because he can't get through the screen properly and all that. But I believe Vanderbilt, I think he's more of a wing stopper anyway. Someone like a finesse wing, like Jason Tatum, for example. He can guard those guys. But Matisse Thybulle, he can guard those guys as well. But he also can guard shifty guards. And, now I haven't seen him with power wings yet. But I know shifty guards and wings, he can guard those. So, yeah. Now, next, it was a complicated one because after those couple, like I really had to think about this one. I'm trying to see. Josh Richardson, he will also be an option for the Lakers because he's a good defender. Like he won't like wow you or anything. He just do his job and shoot the three pretty good. I just say he just I hate to use this term because it's a meme with me though. But yeah, I believe he's the jack of all trades. Like he's averaging in every area. He's not great or elite in one area. I believe he's just an okay 3D player, and that's fine. You see how long his career's been, so it don't matter. And this player right here, he also finished his career. Not finished his career. He finished his season with the Blazers, and that's Cam Reddish. Now, Cam Reddish, it has been like a roller coaster with him, man, because in the Hawks, we thought he was going to be like maybe the third, fourth option on that team. Then he lost his minutes because, they got bogged down by Bogdanovich. yeah, he just stopped seeing time, so they trade him to the Knicks, and then he didn't even get playing time there. So what was the point of trading him to the Knicks and him signing off on that deal if he wasn't just gonna get no playing time? That did not make no sense to me. That he finishes season there. We start the next season. He played a couple games, then boom, he was out the rotation again. So they trade him to the Blazers, finished his season there, and he did okay. Nothing like that wow you or anything, but he also a young player, so you cannot just give up on that. And you give those players a chance. And then he's a body, like I wouldn't say a big body, but he's tall. He got the build to be like a good, okay defensive player. So yeah, that's gonna round up my biannual exception contenders. Who I think the Lakers should go after. So let's go after the MLE. Now let me clarify: these players are not going to get all of the MLE because in reality, these guys you can split the MLE. Like teams do it all the time. I believe the Lakers, if they get this option, they should split it or give it to someone that really deserve it. So this list gonna be the folks that's just going to be a split. Now this first option, it's gonna be tricky, and this probably could be like a reach to some folks. But Christian Wood, he was definitely due for a big payday, 17 million a year. But the Mavericks just wasn't messing with him this year, man. I don't know what it was. Maybe his relationship with J Kidd was bad or something. I did not understand that. His value definitely tanked. I don't think he getting 17 mil a year no more, especially with the new CBA. Man, I don't think he touching 17 mil a year anymore. He maybe get 10, and I don't even know if he get 10. So that's why I'm just gonna say the half of the MLE because it's tough to gauge players like him. And the Lakers, the past couple years, has gotten surprise players in free agency. Like, for example, nobody expected Lonnie Walker to come to the Lakers. Nobody expected Malik Monk to come to the Lakers. Both revamped their value, boom. And now, you see where so yeah, that's why I believe if a guy's going to take a chance, it would be Christian Wood to revamp his value because you see what happens once you get that spotlight on you and you perform well, you gonna have a chance to get your payday. Trust me. Just don't act like these fans out here like the Lakers run everybody. No, that's not true. We build up young players. Just trust me on that. It's speaking of young players, let's move transition to Jalen McDaniels, who played with the Hornets, but finished this season with the Sixers. Now, I believe this is actual you can actually get Jalen McDaniels because the Sixers they really didn't use him like that. Maybe Nick Nurse decides he wants the Sixers back so he can try to get use out of him. But this is an actual good player. He a good wing stopper. He probably not like his brother, but he's just that I won't say just as effective. Well, you can say that. He just as effective, but not better than his brother though. Like, and that's okay. His brother's like probably the best wing defender in the league. So it's not to be shamed, man. But Jalen McDaniels, he definitely be a great get for the Lakers. Now, this other person right here, man, I truly don't want him back, but he's definitely gonna be an option around this area. Hopefully nothing higher than this, but Dennis Schroeder. Dennis Schroeder, I do not want him back. I don't. I don't know how many times I gotta say I don't. He's a good player, all, but like his act. I'm just gonna say his act has grown tired in Laker Nation, bro. Bro, his playmaking is putrid. His shooting is putrid. His defense great when he locked in, and that's when he's locked in because he takes. I never seen anything like it. He would literally like claim he got fouled and just lay there. Like, who does that? I don't know. That Dan Schroeder is a weird guy. But yeah, he's definitely an option around this pick. Or around this, half of MLE. And now, this other option right here, I definitely can't gauge what he gonna get. To be honest, it's gonna be tricky for him too. Is Kelly Oubre. And when I saw his contract, I'm like, is he really a free agent? Because I wasn't sure for myself. I had to make sure, and he was. Now he would be a good get too. He probably would be he probably wouldn't be as good as a Jalen McDaniel, but he would probably be effective. And he coming off like some type of wrist or hand surgery or something like that caused him to miss the rest of the last season. I don't know. We'll see. But I definitely welcome Kelly Oubre. And Nikhil Alexander-Walker. Actually, matter of fact, I'm putting Nikhil Alexander-Walker in this tier for the half of MLE because Nikhil Alexander-Walker proved his worth last season with the Timberwolves. A stopper, a POA defender. He locked down his cousin, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, in the playing game. So, yes, he's definitely somebody that's going to pave his way in his new role because he really wasn't like used as a defender. If anything, he was used as like a playmaker, scorer type. Because we seen he could get buckets, no problem. But the Timberwolves empowered him to be a defender, and that's what the Lakers need. The full MLE. Now these guys you need to pay the full MLE to even have a chance to get them. And probably like most of these guys, probably all of these guys on this list, probably it won't be enough for them. So for example, the full MLE is like the 10 mil, but this year I think we got the taxpayer, which is 12. So I don't even think this gonna be enough for these guys. But let's go ahead and name them. Brook Lopez. I don't think he's attainable for this range. Maybe he give the Lakers a discount with the Darvingham connection, where he grew up in LA and he played for the Lakers. He wanted to come back on cheaper deal before he went to the Bucks, but they didn't want to re-sign him, so he went to the Bucks. So there, we got that connection going at least. But I really don't believe that's gonna be enough though, because he definitely will get a bag with a championship contender with the Bucks. He have Giannis right there next to him, so it's all up to him at the end of the day. But yeah, that's somebody I would try to get with the full MLE, no question about it. And the second person, I say Nikola Vucevic. Now I believe this is probably pot in the sky because Nikola Vucevic, he and the Bulls already looking at a contract extension. So I don't know. And then that contract extension, that's a pre-pin for the Chicago Bulls for a team that only has one playoff appearance in like 2 or 3 years. So I say good luck to that. I don't know how that's going to go, but yeah, I wouldn't do it. And Bruce Brown, he definitely gonna get a contract extension somewhere. Folks say he might go to the Mavericks and find it, which is okay because the Mavericks gonna definitely need some upgrades at that position. The Lakers definitely gonna need some upgrades. I believe he's attainable around this mark. Good 3-and-D wing. He got the size. He probably undersized a little bit, but he definitely, he won't back down to nobody. I seen no one against Luka in the post, so he definitely gonna give you his all. He got some playmaking chops. He can cut. We seen all of this on display in this Nuggets championship run. And shout out to Bruce Brown. Also, there's 2 more guys I would target with this full MLE. Jordan Clarkson and Jakob Poeltl. And let's talk about Jordan Clarkson real quick. He's definitely one of the best shot creators in the league. And improved playmaking when he got the chance to actually show what he got in the playmaking instead of just straight scoring. And, yeah, I would definitely target him with this because our bench in the play-in, well, not in the play-in, whoa, in the Western Conference Finals was definitely lacking. We didn't have no direction. Reeves was the only one, but he was in the starting lineup. Rui Hachimura, he showed up in like 2-3 games, but that was it. Yeah, I would definitely target Jordan Clarkson. Like I said, one of the best shot creators. It, folks would probably get like turned off because he take too many difficult shots, which I can understand that. But he's one of the best difficult shot makers in the league, and proven playmaker. And, and I believe you need those tough shot takers and makers on a championship team that can break. Man, for example, J.R. Smith. You seen what he did? He took over like stretches, and he turned the game for the Cavaliers in 2016. So anything can happen, and we'll see what his next contract looking like. But hopefully he's available around this range. So the other guy, Jakob Pertl. Now Jakob Pertl, I don't know. He probably gonna get probably higher than this, but I definitely would target him and guarantee him a starting spot immediately because Jakob Pertl is one of the best rim protectors in the league. He probably not as good as AD, but he definitely gonna help AD in rim protection. Not put as much stress on him in the regular season like we did this season, which was no good because his foot was messed up. I wouldn't blame his foot for his inconsistent performance. I don't know what that was about, but that was weird. And yeah, this is to prevent him from getting injured like he did this season or last season. So we're gonna move along to the trading section of the offseason. So this just in case if Mo Bamba and Malik Beasley are back. So yeah, in this first trade, I got Buddy Hield, Daniel Tice, 2 second-round picks going to the Lakers, while Malik Beasley, Shaquille Harrison, and a second-round pick goes to the Pacers. Now, the reason why the Pacers would do this deal because they can get off Daniel Tice's contract, and it frees up their rotation in the front court and gives more opportunities to guys like O'Shea Brissett, guys like Jalen Smith, for example, guys like them, and they don't have to worry about Daniel Tice probably potentially taking their minutes. So this trade could be with the Orlando Magic. The Magic are getting Malik Beasley, 2 second-round picks, while the Lakers get Gary Harris and Goga Bitadze. Now the reason why the Magic would do this is to free up their guard rotation because their guard rotation as of right now is stacked. They have Jalen Suggs, they have Cole Anthony, they have Markelle Fultz, they have Gary Harris, and they just drafted Anthony Black. So that's 5 guards on the roster. And it's going to be very complicated to find minutes for. So I believe Gary Harris can definitely be the KCP replacement. And yeah, that's all I got to say. And my only concern is injury problems with him. So this is another trade that I've been seeing going around. And I believe it's realistic, but it all depends on what the Bulls are realistically asking for a role player. So yeah, I got Mo Bamba, 3 second-round picks to the Bulls for Alex Caruso. Now, this trade, I believe it probably favors maybe the Lakers more because the Lakers are getting a role player that just made first team all defense, should have made all defensive team way sooner. Um, and they freaking get the player that they just let go for no reason. Now, this is also while getting a Mo Bamba contract, try to get value for Mo Bamba if they do decide to guarantee the deal and bring him back. I would definitely do this if I'm the Lakers. Now, the Bulls side of things, in my opinion, it's time to blow it up. I would have included DeMar DeRozan, but his price is way steeper and deservedly so. But yeah, I would definitely blow it up. I'll probably just get a bunch of draft capital as possible. Got the GM talking like they won the Vucevic trade, but they clearly didn't. Only one playoff appearance while the Magic get Franz Wagner, Jet Howard. Like, come on, bro. Wendell Carter Jr., who's better than Vucevic. Yeah, it's looking scary over there in Chicago. I can't front. So this next deal right here is from the Wizards. Now, from the Wizards side of things, they are getting Malik Beasley, Shaquille Henderson, and 3 second-round picks, right? And the Lakers, they get Daniel Gafford and DeLon Wright. So let's talk about the Wizards side of things. They really didn't get as much value as they would have if they didn't give a no trade clause to Bradley Beal. So they didn't get value for that, really. Kristaps Porzingis deal, they got some value, I guess, for an aspiring deal, but not of his caliber, right? And they gonna be a team that's gonna be looking to rebuild now. So they try to recoup as many assets as possible. So they get off DeLon Wright contract, who's an aspiring deal. They get to get off that, get value for that, and they get more draft capital for Daniel Gafford, who's on a 3-year deal, 12. That's a good deal for a young big man, especially to pair alongside Anthony Davis to help him out. It's all about helping him out in the long run, so he can be like fresh, relatively fresh come playoff time. So now for my most unrealistic trade, but I definitely want this to happen more than anything, is the Lakers get Anthony Simons, the Lakers send out Malik Beasley, Mo Bamba, 3 second-round picks and a 2029 first. I still put a protection on it, but yeah, you get to just for Anthony Simons. Now, the guard rotation for Portland is just as worse as in Orlando. They have Dame, they have Anthony Simons, they have Shaden Sharp. They just drafted Scoot Henderson. That's 4 guards that definitely gonna deserve playing time, and one is gonna have to get axed out the rotation because he's not gonna run a whole small lineup just to like appease these guards. They're just not going to do it. I don't believe it is the best course of action. Either they need to get traded now, or somebody like Anthony Simons or somebody gonna have to get traded. Now I would include Vando in this deal too because it's reportedly they won Vando before the Lakers did. So we'll see how that Portland thing shakes out. But yeah, this would be my proposed deal to them. And I don't believe they're gonna give us Scoot Henderson. Even though I want them to, I don't believe so. I believe Anthony Simons. If anybody has to go, if Dane stays, it's probably gonna be Anthony Simons. And I just want to preface this: this is the most unrealistic move I have of the trades. So yeah, just move along, bro. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and let me know in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe, and this is your boy Trail, and I'm out.